to the 35, met by Evans. Picked up 4 on the play. Bruce Coslett was telling us yesterday for the Jets, last week's loss was easily their most crushing of the season. The Jets with a host of problems, particularly on special teams, on a punt return, a free kick after a safety, poor coverage on kickoff and punt, and then it was the lateral by Eric McMillan.
I love what he said about that. There will be no more laterals.
3rd and 4. And let's see how they call it. Was it a completion and a fumble? If so, Larry Griffin on the recovery with a big return.
The official never blew the whistle. They did not call him down. It's a completed pass and a fumble. Here comes the pass coming into the middle now. Just take a look at here. When the ball goes up, he had tackled by Johnson, and then Griffin picks the ball up. No whistles were blown. It was a complete pass and a fumble. Now the question is, did he have the ball long enough? Here it is. He's got it in his hands. He comes down with the ball. There's no problem there. The ball comes out. That's a completed pass and a fumble.
So the rookie, Rob Moore, coughed it up. Larry Griffin.
We're going to call this incomplete now, but take a look at it. Here comes Moore down. I think he's down, but they say you have to have 2 feet on the ground. Obviously, he only had 1.
Well, Pittsburgh had its offensive unit on the field. They checked it out on replay. Tom Kelleher manning the replay booth. And the ball is being spotted at the 34.
That's 4th down, not 3rd, because that was a 3rd down play, the pass. So I don't know if the Jets realize that it's 4th down. They're going to go for it on 4th.
It's a 4th down and 4 at the 35. 81 Mathis in motion. And penalty flags are down.
Delay a game. I mean, that's a gutsy call.
53 before the
Well, he had a false start, but it looked like the clock was already down to 0. Could have gone either way on that play. But when you look at this thing, I don't know if the Jets really realized that they had 4th down. Here's Sweeney, number 53. That movement right there, that's where they throw the flag. And a play automatically stops when the offensive lineman moves.
And if Coslett was thinking of a field goal, would have been a 52-yard attempt. At the end of the game last week, he passed on a 55 after Leahy had kicked 4. Joe Prokop placing it inside the 5. It is a beauty. It is down inside the 5 by Chris Burkett. A 36-yard punt, and Prokop, who leads the league with now 18 punts inside the 20, has done it again.
In the backfield, everybody in the defensive secondary, they're backed off because of pass play, and Hodge has all that running room.
It's the first out of the 29. Here are the other later games. Phoenix with the early lead on New England. I know you'll be following that one very closely, Paul.
I'm not really excited about it. I wish good luck.
And Brister completes to Lips. Lewis Lips to midfield. Met by Tony Stargell. Picked up 11 on the play.
The reason this play works, now watch how much time Lips has to get in the crack of the zone. He just sets himself up. Brister has all the time he wants to throw the football, and this is with any quarterback in football. If he has time to throw, he's going to be able to find the open receiver.
Steelers first down at midfield. 6:50 remaining. First quarter with no score. 86 Green in motion. Hodge. And he is stopped. Gerald Nichols making the tackle on Merrill Hodge. Well, with Cincinnati losing to the Colts, The Bengals now 6-5. Houston will be home for Buffalo tomorrow night. And a victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers would put them in a first-place tie, at least with Cincinnati.
And then they get Cincinnati at home next week. So that's not bad.
Pittsburgh, though, has lost 5 straight to the Cincinnati Bengals. Worley, again, a short pickup. Jets doing a good job against the run. Again, it's Gerald Nichols. Tim Worley in his second year out of the University of Georgia, Pittsburgh's #1 draft pick last year, got off to a slow start and then came on. That seems to be the theme of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That the scenario last season when they came on at the end, finished 9-7, beat the Oilers in Houston in the wild card in overtime. They lost to Denver, got off to a horrible start this season, and they have come on again.
I was going to talk about that. Worley out in Los Angeles Raiders on the third play from scrimmage, he ran the wrong way. They wouldn't give him the ball anymore.
Yeah. It's a 3rd down and 6. And Brister has a wide open Lewis Lips. The free safety, Eric McMillan. On the stop, it's a 28-yard pass play.
Again, it all starts with pass protection. Look how far Lips goes. Now, he reads zone now. He gets released there, and when he reads zone, all he wants to do now is get into the opening. The defensive backs are not deep enough. The safeties aren't back far enough to cover. James Hasty was there, didn't get there. And here, when you see the zone, just take a look at the area that's absolutely wide open. Eric McMillan never gets over. Odegaard never gets over. But Brister has the time to throw the ball.
First down at the Jet 19. Lips now to the left. Spread ahead by Worley. It's inside the 10. Brian Washington tripped him up. A hard-running Tim Worley ripped 13 more, and it's a 1st and goal for Pittsburgh.
You know, when you look at this play, don't you have the feeling that Worley was thinking about running over Washington, number 48? The blocking up front, just great trap blocking there. But watch right here. Instead of trying to make a move, he just thought, well, I'll just run over him. And Washington was there, made the play.
Good start for Tim Worley. 4 carries, 20 yards. Down to 4 minutes left in this opening quarter. No score. Pittsburgh, though, on the doorstep. 1st and goal at the 6. Worley stopped by the left defensive end, Marvin Washington, number 97. Marvin Washington, a 6th-round draft pick a year ago. There is the defensive coordinator for the New York Jets, Pete Carroll, who has changed the philosophy to more of an attack defense as opposed to last year when it was read and react. It is basically the defensive scheme of the Minnesota Vikings. Carroll in Minnesota as the secondary coach the last 5 years. 2nd and goal inside the 5. And Hodge tripped up at the line by Washington.
Washington just came straight down the line of scrimmage, and Hodge, he trips up Hodge. Actually didn't wrap his arms around him, just came down the line of scrimmage. Was in a pursuit, that's his angle. Watch the right of the screen, you'll see Washington come down. The tackle pulls, the tight end can't block him, who is Malarkey, number 84, and Washington is there. Good play.
It is a 3rd and goal at the 4. White Stone has come on as one of the flankers. They have 3 flanked to the right. The lone deep back is Hodge. Brister with the look. Touchdown. No, it is picked off. Eric McMillan. McMillan on the interception of that bullet. Eric McMillan with his 4th interception of the season, and looking to bounce back from the embarrassment of that lateral last week against the Colts.
Today, more people than ever are getting a kick out of this hot shot. Interstate batteries hit the road fast with all the cranking power and reserve energy you need for even the worst curves in the weather. And Interstate has twice as many dealers than any other battery company in America, so you're never left stranded. For an Interstate battery dealer near you,
all you got to do, call 1-800-CRANK-IT. Get the power that goes on and on and on, yeah.
Millions of years ago, nature created a vehicle that accelerates, steers, and stops with all fours. That ingenious concept has now been engineered into a car. Introducing the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. With all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering, all-wheel anti-lock brakes, and 300 horsepower instead of just one. Mitsubishi, the word is getting around.
If the communications data isn't programmed right, 5,000 troops could be cut off.
Enemy forces scattered.
But I'd never let that happen to my brigade.
Tots, the premium choice.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Mitsubishi, bringing you a full line of award-winning automobiles. Mitsubishi, the word is getting around. By Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers, the best hamburgers and a whole lot more. By Xerox, the document company. And by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
Off the interception by Eric McMillan, the Jets take over at their 20-yard line. That appeared to be caught by the tight end Eric Green, who went right through his hands and was picked off by McMillan. Penalty markers down. All right, here's another look at it.
Well, first of all, Bubby Bristol tries to force this ball into Eric Green. Watch the ball. It goes through Green and right into McMillan's hands on the backside. The ball was in a position. Joe Kelly was there. Kyle Clifton was there. But here's where you can see better where he's trying to force it. You got Kelly in front and McNeil behind. The ball goes through Green's hands right into McMillan's. Just heads up defense. And a bad throw by the quarterback. I mean, you just don't try to force it in there.
So Eric McMillan feeling a bit better about things. Eric, of course, the son of one-time Cardinal standout, tackle Ernie McMillan. False start called on the tight end Boyer. Johnny Hector slashing for short yardage. Hardy Nickerson, the inside linebacker, made the stop. 2:10 remaining in this first quarter. And the Jets have a 2nd and 10 at the 15 and make it at the 20. And the 4 o'clock starts. Still Phoenix with the 7-0 lead on New England.
A lot of zeros out there.
O'Brien with the sideline pass, but Hector hit back behind the line by the strong safety Carnell Lake.
There was a late blitz by number 50, David Little. And I mean, he just hammered O'Brien just as he threw the football.
Loss of a yard on the play was the final scores. The early games.
This is something that a quarterback cannot read, nor can a back. Watch this. It's a delay blitz. Then you're going to see 50 come now. You get a shot in the back. Quarterback, you just can't see it because the blitz takes so long to get there.
Johnny Hector shaken up. When we resume, it will be a 3rd down and 11 for the Jets.
Mitsubishi has won more major awards in the past 2 years than most car makers could hope for in a lifetime.
Miami. Washington. Next Sunday.
trainer Bob Reese, team physician Dr. James Nicholas, checking out Johnny Hector.
Well, here's the play. Now, Lake, remember, Hector's not out of bounds, and he throws it. What happens, actually, is Hector falls on his arm, and it just went numb.
3rd down, 11. Penalty marker thrown. And Mathis could not hold on. Terrence Mathis, 6th-round draft pick out of New Mexico, dropping the ball.
He also heard Everett coming down. And Everett is maybe small, but is one of the toughest safeties in football today. Offside on the defense. That'll give him a free down.
There is Thomas Everett, one of the harder hitters.
Offside, defensive right end, 5 yards, 3rd down.
So the Jets get another shot at it. Thomas Everett in his 4th year out of Baylor. He's come back from opening day concussion. And they continue to check out Johnny Hector. A 3rd down and 6 for Ken O'Brien and the Jets. No score with just under 1 minute to go in this opening quarter. And Mathis with the 1st down and some additional yardage. Run out by the left corner, David Johnson.
When you take the inside guy, and that's Mathis, number 81, watch what he does. All he knows, he needs 6 yards. He goes down beyond the marker and hooks up. Now, everyone else is playing deep. That's Woodruff that's playing deep. When you play deep on a guy and give him the 6 yard, you give him that cushion, they're going to complete it all day long if the quarterback has time. And the offensive line did a great job.
End result, a 23-yard pass play. Ken O'Brien last week against the Colts, 23 for 35. Did a nice job after several weeks of struggling. Of note, he got rid of the ball quickly last week. A bobbling act by McNeil. Incomplete. He was covered by the outside linebacker, Brian Hinkle.
What they did that time is they put Freeman McNeil, spread him out as a wide receiver. And all he does is run a delay coming over the middle. Watch it here. He's got Hinkle with him all the way. That's his man. Hinkle feels him. Then he's reading quarterback's eyes. But Freeman should catch the ball, except the ball was thrown a little bit behind him. But his hands did get on the ball. You should still catch it. Hinkle stayed with it. Incompleted pass.
They report on Johnny Hector. He suffered a pinched nerve in his neck, but it's expected he'll return. Blair Thomas is out of action today, inactive because of a severe ankle injury. McNeil off the spin, but just did get back to the line. And time is running out in this 1st quarter. Lloyd and Little making the stop on Freeman McNeil, and that will do it. After 1 here at Giant Stadium in the New Jersey Meadowlands, the Jets and the Steelers are scoreless.
When the only thing better than making it to the top is making it to the bottom.
It's the right feel now.
Because you know looking good isn't just for summer.
It's the right feel now.
Because you know winter's the time to turn up the heat. So call for the Silver Bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
It's the right feel now.
Wrap up. Thank you.
Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, is always on the lookout for new food ideas.
Try one?
What do you call these things? What I could go for is a Big Dave's Deluxe.
A Big Dave's Deluxe is a 1/4 pound of fresh beef, cheese, 3 strips of bacon, sauteed onions, the works, and it's only at Wendy's.
Sure beats a crab puff.
Come in today and try another Big Dave's Deluxe.
Okay, here we go.
I'd move if I were you. I'm going to throw one.
Well, I still have one more dart.
He's up to get
He's got another dart.
Well, then go ahead. I'd like to throw one backwards. Would you clear the room?
Oh, no, but
Anybody have stock?
Well.
Anybody take stock? Anybody stocky? Let's play dart.
Levi's 100% cotton Dockers. If they're not Dockers, they're just pants.
Oh, there we go. Count it.
Is that? Use a dangling participle. You have to.
Hey, that'll be enough of that kind of talk.
Didn't you just yawn in my face?
The game's high rollers
America's top bowlers
in a high-stakes showdown.
The Bowling Shootout.
December 8th on NBC Sports.
Welcome back to Giant Stadium. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire as we get started in the second quarter. The Jets in Pittsburgh. Scoreless. There's Brian Hinkle, who has played exceptionally well this season, although he does not get the attention in his 9th year out of Oregon. It'll be a 3rd down and 10 for the Jets from their 47-yard line. This is a game that opened up with Rod Woodson returning a kickoff 87 yards, but called back because of a penalty. And O'Brien able to complete to Rob Moore. Rob Moore, the rookie from Syracuse, with his 3rd touchdown catch of the season. O'Brien throwing for his 8th, a 53-yard pass play, and the Jets take a 6-0 lead.
Kenny O'Brien did a great job because the pass rush was there. So did Rob Moore, because Rob Moore saw Kenny O'Brien in trouble. He came back to him, and the defensive back, I think Griffin, made the mistake of playing the ball instead of the man.
Tony Eason will hold. Pat Leahy, who is having a terrific season, puts it through. And off the touchdown by this man, it's the Jets 7 and the Steelers nothing.
Teammates, sponsored by the U.S. Army. The Jets offense of the 80s soared in the fleet feet and soft hands of 2 outstanding wide receivers. Concerned with Wiley Wesley Walker, secondaries fell prey to artful Al Toon. Over 8,300 yards and 71 TDs were Walker's final marks, totals that Toon may surpass. The role of primary receiver flowed easily from Walker to Toon. Together as teammates, they made the Jets the best they can be.
A Ranger never takes the easy way out.
You're reaching deep inside you for things you've never known. Go!
That's why getting into the Rangers is tough, and the training is tough.
Be all that you can be.
So it makes me feel like I'm part of something really special.
Be all that you can be.
And I'm not the only one.
It's all right in the Army.
Want to play rock and roll tennis?
Let's dance.
The ball is loud you got!
Any questions?
On the left-hand side of your screen, number 91, Vesey, is playing tackle. And he goes up in the air. O'Brien is trying to throw left, but watch what Vesey does. He goes up. O'Brien's got to bring it back down. When he does that now, he scrambles back to the outside. Rob Moore is coming back to him. But the guy that makes the mistake is 22 Griffin. Instead of breaking down and making the tackle, he sacrificed himself.
This time the Jets wisely keep it away from Woodson. And Gerald Williams, one of the up end, picked it up, coughed it up, but it's recovered by the Pittsburgh Steelers. That touchdown pass from O'Brien to Moore, only the 2nd TD pass that Pittsburgh has allowed the last 25 quarters. It was none the last 15 until this.
Well, now see what Moore does now. He knows that O'Brien's in trouble, so he's waving, giving him a target, and then Griffin comes up and overshoots the play. Hinkle is there, but that's not his man. He was covering Freeman McNeil coming out of the backfield. He just blew the coverage.
7-0 Jets. Pittsburgh first down from their 27. John Jackson, Tom Ricketts at the tackles, Brian Blankenship, Terry Long at the guard, Tremonti Dawson is the center. Brister on the swing for Hodge. Hodge spinning his way to the 29, met by Joe Kelly, picked up short yardage. We're set for an update. Let's go to Bob Costas.
All right, Marv, here's the 3rd-round pick out of LSU. Rookie quarterback Tommy Hodson making his first NFL start today for the Patriots. He flips it out to John Stevens, picks up some good blocks and a nice move inside. 18-yard touchdown, ties it up at Phoenix, 7 apiece.
Thank you, Bob. It'll be a second down and 8. Pittsburgh from their 29-yard line. White Stone is now flanked to the right side. 83, Lips in motion. Stone with the reception at the marker. Dwight Stone with his first catch of the day. Stone, a running back who was moved to wide receiver. In fact, he was a starter the first 8 games last year. He does have exceptional speed. That time ran it out right at the first down marker.
One of the things that they like Bubby Brister to do, and we'll show it later on, how they send in the formation first and then they send the play in with someone, is just to be patient in this offense. They simplified a lot of it just due to things that are open. Don't try to do something spectacular.
Well, this is a Pittsburgh team that did not score an offensive touchdown until the 5th week of the season, as they had all kinds of problems with the Joe Walton scheme. And Hodge fumbled. The Jets have recovered. Kyle Clifton on the recovery. Gerald Nichols with the hit on Merrill Hodge, and Hodge lost it.
This is just a great play. Look to the left of your screen. Here comes Kyle Clifton. There's Nichols with the hit. The ball comes out. Now watch what happens here. Here's Washington. He almost makes the ultimate mistake by trying to pick the ball up. Clifton doesn't. He just falls on it.
We've heard only sprinklings of Joe Musco chants from the sardonic portion of the crowd, waiting for opportune moments. It is a first down for the Jets at the Pittsburgh 40-yard line. Brad Baxter stopped by the right inside linebacker David Little. It'll be a 2nd and 6 at the 44. Let's check out the Xerox 10-minute ticker. Kansas City with the 3-0 lead on the Raiders. Rams in front of San Francisco. San Francisco, of course, coming in at 10-0. And New England and Phoenix are now tied at 7. Brad Baxter for a short pickup.
Brad Baxter carries. Stopped and played by number 98, Gerald Williams.
The nose tackle, Gerald Williams, on the stop. There's Kyle Clifton, who came up with the recovery. Carroll was talking glowingly of Kyle Clifton the other day, saying that knew Clifton was a good player when he made the move to come here from Minnesota, but he did not realize how good and how smart he is.
And he really is smart when you sit down and talk to him. I mean, he lives and dies football.
3rd down and 5. Of course, Paul, you are easily impressed, so it's tough to make a judgment.
Well, when I talk to smart people, it's easy for me to pick it up right away.
A 4th down play, and the Jets will go with it. They'll go for it.
Well, I said in the first quarter, maybe they didn't realize it was 4th down, but I think they did. They really have, you know, they know that they need to win the rest of their games to get a wild card berth, to get into playoffs.
Yes,
so they're going to throw everything at them.
Very outside shot for the Jets, who are at 4 and 7. And it is incomplete. Mathis, the intended receiver, broken up by Dwayne Woodruff, the extra defensive back. So the Steelers will take over.
That was superb coverage by the Steelers in the secondary. It was almost man-on-man, and everyone had a Steeler uniform up against his. And when O'Brien throws us, he's just trying to bail out. Look at this, and Woodruff is right there. Good play.
It may have been 30 years ago, or just yesterday, a roadster caught your eye, and you've never been quite the same. The Mazda Miata.
It just feels right.
Wild thing. It is a wild thing. Oh,
join in the ring. It could be queen or it could be king. You go your way and I'll go mine, as long as you just make it fine.
Good times roll with the clean, fresh taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up, never let you down.
Citizen, 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 elegant citizen, citizen, elegance. Oh, his citizen, citizen, one citizen with lots of citizen, elegant, elegant, perfectly elegant citizen. We've got elegance.
You can spot someone who saved money with a second-rate antifreeze a mile away. Not all antifreeze is the same. Nothing beats Prestone. And that's something you might appreciate down the road.
The Fresh Prince turns detective.
Sherlock, homeboy.
And he uncovers a secret so big his cousin will do anything to keep him quiet.
You're going to want to hand wash these.
Monday.
This is a very special game for the one-time head coach of the Jets, now the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. Although Joe Walton deflects that, he says he hasn't even thought about what kind of reception he'd receive from Jet fans who last year were chanting "Joe must go." It began slowly for Joe Walton in Pittsburgh, but it has turned the last 5-6 weeks. Tim Worley is stopped. The offense having its difficulties, though, here today in the first half. Jeff Lageman making the hit on Tim Worley.
Jeff Lageman, Dennis Byrd. I mean, these guys, here's what it's like in the line. Now, when the runner gets the ball, which is Worley, and he takes a look, and there's absolutely no hole. Merceau's there. Here comes Lageman. Here comes Clifton. There's no place to run. What you have to do is turn it up and take what you can get, which happened to be about 1.5 yards, and that was it.
Second down, about 9. Pittsburgh from its 44. Sideline toss to Lips, short of the first down. He was stopped by James Hasty.
See, here's the difference when Hasty now makes the play. He gets the receiver in front of him where the receiver Lips can't go anywhere. We saw Griffin before with Moore where he scores a touchdown. But watch what number 40 does here. Here's Lips. He's setting up. He's not beyond the line of scrimmage or the first down marker. Now look at him break down. Hasty breaks down. Lips does not gain any yardage after he catches the ball. Excellent defense.
James Hasty has had an outstanding season at his right cornerback position. Third down and 3. Jets with a 7-0 lead. O'Brien hooking up with Moore on a 53-yard touchdown pass early in the second quarter. Penalty flag is thrown. Brister could not find anyone. Run it to his own man and then fumbled it. Looked like it bounced out of bounds. He ran into Richard Bell. Not enough spacing there. Bell could not get out of his way, or Brister could not get out of Bell's way.
Brister's just trying to find a place to go. There's illegal motion by the offense. Now watch Brister when he comes out. He just said, okay, let me get some running room. And here's Bell. Will you please get out of my way? Will you move? Get. Then he drops the football. Made enough trouble trying to get away from the green shirts. When you got to push your own white ones out of the way, you got a problem.
And Dan Straczynski is back at his 20, punting for the second time. JoJo Townsell at his 25. 9:47 remaining in this first half. Good hang time. And the fair catch handled by Townsell inside the 30. It's a 34-yard punt. Timeout has been called. We'll be back in a moment.
I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors shining through. Don't stay afraid to let them show.
Keep your best moments on Kodacolor Gold film. No print film gives you truer color.
For naming the Mazda MPV best in class, we'd like to thank Car and Driver. For ranking it the most trouble-free minivan, J.D. Power & Associates for naming it one of the top 10 import buys. Motor Trend, and for making the Mazda MPV the best-selling import minivan, we'd like to thank the Abbotts, the Ackermans, the Adisheks, the Agarums,
Mazda, it just feels right.
the Altons, the Ammermans, the Andersons.
Come on, mates. I've got a surprise for you.
What's the surprise?
I'll show you.
Look, Bernard, it's ours.
Just for the holidays at McDonald's, you can get Bernard. Or Miss Bianca, the famous heroes from Walt Disney Pictures' new animated feature, The Rescuers Down Under. Now in theaters everywhere. One ornament's free when you buy a $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates or $1.49 with any food purchase.
Very handsome, but I prefer the real one.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right. By Radio Shack, America's technology store. Nobody compares for Christmas shopping. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light.
Jets take over, first down at their 30-yard line with 9.5 remaining. In the first half, Jets 7 and Pittsburgh nothing. O'Brien off the play action. Through the hands of the tight end, Chris Gressel. We are set for another update from NFL Live. Let's go to Bob Costas.
All right, Marv, here's Phoenix's quarterback Tim Rosenball rolling left, barely making it inside the flag, 2-yard touchdown run. Cardinals take a 14-7 lead on the Patriots. Marv, could you provide an update? Has Paul recovered from this whole Milli Vanilli scandal yet?
Bob, Paul is still not sure if Milli and Vanilli are the same person or separate people.
I don't know which is which. Here's Willis.
Greg Lloyd, number 95, helped by the rush of Keith Willis, number 93.
Keith Willis puts the heat on. I mean, he just comes right upfield. Watch Willis here. Just driving back to the quarterback. O'Brien's got to go out, and then Lloyd comes in and finishes it off.
On the subject of Keith Willis, I should mention that there are many defensive players unhappy that they have lost several aspects of their technique. And as part of our ongoing, extremely popular feature, Paul relates to the players. Paul will get into that with the Steelers defensive end, Keith Willis, a little bit later on. Oh, a quick kick by O'Brien on third down, handled by Woodson. Well, the Steelers played it well. Bruce Coslett going to the quick kick using the element of surprise, but Pittsburgh was right on the case. 24-yard punt and a 13-yard return by Woodson.
He stirs in the land of dawning. He stirs now in the age of wandering. Now on the trail of beauty, he stirs.
Introducing the new Navajo from Mazda. Motor Trend's 1991 Truck of the Year.
It just feels right. Oh, man.
Hey, I can imitate almost anything, but no one can imitate the pump. The original, the pump. From Reebok.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with Chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls. There's even a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
Chia Pets and Chia Trees are available at Walgreens, Eckerd, Woolworth, and McCrory stores. Makes a great gift.
The the love story of 3 generations of fathers and sons.
Life is filled with mystery.
Michael Landon returns with Art Carney in a special family classic on NBC tonight.
Well, Jet head coach Bruce Coslett not pleased off that quick kick, a maneuver that he did attempt during the preseason with Ken O'Brien against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, he's upset with Toon. O'Brien kicks the ball 3rd and 24, try to get it out of there. But what happens is that Toon doesn't play the ball. Rod Woodson, watch, he's there. The ball hits his feet. Comes down, he's got to pick it up. And Toon didn't tackle him or play the ball. That's what he's upset with.
And here's Worley. Stopped by Mott. The Jets, particularly on the special teams this year, have made a number of mistakes along those lines.
Well, first of all, Toon is not on the punt team. So watch what happens here. Here's the ball goes down. Now the ball hits Rod Woodson in the foot, so he has to pick it up. Then Toon doesn't make the play on him. That's what they're upset about. But here's a guy that really does not go down on punts. And nor shall he ever, under any circumstance.
It is a 2nd and 7. Pittsburgh on the Jet 24. Warren Williams now in the backfield along with Merrill Hodge. Brister throwing sideline. Lewis Lips making the catch. The indication that he caught it inbounds and then was bumped out by Hasty. He picked up 8 and has the first down.
James Hasty's having a tremendous year. Now look at the coverage on Lips. You can't play better than this. Here comes Lips, goes back, and look, he gets beyond the first down marker, then comes back to the ball. But James Hasty is there. This is tough coverage one-on-one. He's had a great year, hasn't he?
He has been outstanding in his 3rd season out of Washington State. First down at the Jet 16. 7-0 Jets. And Brister fires. It's broken up. Nearly picked off by Stargell. The pass intended for Stone.
This pass that Brister throws to Stone, he throws it too late. Watch what happens. Look at Stargell out there. Now he's got time to look back at the quarterback. Once he sees that ball coming, it's his. And McMillan is also there. So this ball was thrown too late.
The backup quarterback, Rick Strom, is signaling the formation to Bubby Brister. And then the messenger brings the play. And here's the draw for Williams. Warren Williams taking a couple of pops. Wrestled down by Eric McMillan. A 6-yard advance. For Williams, a 6th-round draft pick in 1988. There he is, number 42. He's averaging just under 7 yards per carry. That helped by a 70-yard touchdown run against the Atlanta Falcons. Warren Williams getting the playing time now, combining with Merrill Hodge in the backfield. It's a 3rd down and 3 at the 16. A reminder, at the end of today's broadcast, McDonald's and NBC will be announcing the Ronald McDonald Children's Charities Player of the Game. Now Chris Callaway is flanked to the right side along with Lewis Lips.
Reset the 25-second clock to 25. Right, what would you reset it to? 30?
Paul, only your twisted mind would come up with that kind of reasoning. They could set it down to whatever they want.
No, they can't. They got a 25-second clock goes to 25. I know that.
Hodge on the sweep. And he has the first down. Merrill Hodge stopped by the free safety Eric McMillan, along with the defensive end Marvin Washington.
This offensive line gets out. Look at Long and Ricketts. They're coming out 71 and 74. Long gets a super block. Ricketts gets the block. And Hodge picks up the first down. That's all they really wanted. You love to have the touchdown. I understand that. But they know that they needed 3 yards for a first down, and they got it.
We were talking last night with Merrill Hodge about the early confusion concerning the offensive alignment of the Steelers. I mentioned to Merrill, you started out with 19 carries, right, for 20 yards. Not very impressive. He said, I knew what I was doing. It was the other guys that know what they were doing.
Timeout, Bubba.
And Bubby Brister wants to talk it over with 5:46 remaining in this first half. When we resume, Pittsburgh with a 1st and goal at the 5. They are trailing the Jets by the score of 7-0.
The good times roll with the clean, fresh taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up, never lets you down.
In needs auto, home, life, or health insurance, they see me. I'm their State Farm agent, Billy King. They keep seeing me as I help them keep their coverages up to date with our State Farm family insurance checkups. When they have a claim, they see me. And thanks to our checkups, the protection has been there. If you want to see a family insurance agent working for you, see a State Farm agent.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Thrill of their lifetime and yours. The NBA on NBC.
Jeff Lagerbin of the Jets headed back to the locker room, has a bruised arm. They will check it out. It's a 1st and goal down at the 5. Jets 7, Steelers nothing. Here's Hodge. Tony Stargell up from his left quarterback position to make the stop on Merrill Hodge.
That's just a great play by the corner. As soon as he sees toss, he forgets now because he has force. 45 now has force. That's Stargell. Once he sees the toss, Ricketts 71 is out front. He blocks down on the linebacker. And then look at 45, the corner. Stargell is right there to make the play. That's outstanding. Everybody else is down, and he's there.
2nd and goal at the 5. Stone is to the right, Lips left. Nice play action. It fooled the Jets. Touchdown, Warren Williams. Beautiful play fake by Bubby Brister.
It's a beautiful play fake, but the reason this thing works so well on the play fake is because they had the big tight end, Eric Green, in motion, which shifts the defensive secondary because he's been his primary target. You see the big guy in motion? Once they do that, then he fakes back and comes right over to this side to Williams. There's nobody around him. It's touchdown. It's over.
Warren Williams with his 3rd touchdown of the season. And here is Gary Anderson attempting the extra point. The game is tied at 7. 4:59 remaining in this first half.
Attenzione. Cos'è questa cosa qua?
It's the new Canon Fotura.
Aspetto. Guarda fagazione.
With futuristic flash and long-range power zoom lens. The new Fotura from Canon. So advanced, it's simple.
College is a tough climb. Joining the Army could make it easier. You can earn money for your education with the Montgomery GI Bill and the Army College Fund. And you'll develop the confidence and determination that can get you to the top in college and beyond.
Marv Albert with Paul McGuire from Giant Stadium in the New Jersey Meadowlands. Check of the 10-minute ticker. Well, the Jim Schaffner regime in Cleveland is now 0-2. Cleveland has lost 6 straight, 5 straight at home. Miami goes to 9-2. Giants knocked from the ranks of the unbeaten. They're 10-1. Eagles go 7-4. Minnesota walloping Chicago. So the Vikings very much alive. They're now 5-6. Cincinnati losing to Indianapolis. Colts follow up the victory over the Jets. Cincinnati looking so impressive against Pittsburgh Sunday night, losing this afternoon. New Orleans defeating Atlanta. Green Bay beats Tampa Bay. And in the later games, now Kansas City with a 3-0 lead, and the 49ers trailing the Rams 14-0. Giants with their first loss. 49ers to be headed in the same direction. Terrence Mathis on the return. He went for 22. Tyrone Stowe making the stop, and here's Ken O'Brien with the Jet offensive alignment. Roger Duffy at center, a rookie from Penn State making his first NFL start, with Jim Sweeney moving to left guard because of the injury suffered by Mike Haight. And a rookie from Alcorn State, a 7th-round draft pick, Dwayne White, who's been playing well in recent weeks, starting at right guard. Brett Miller, although bothered by a sprained ankle, is at right tackle, and Jeff Criswell at the left tackle spot. Altoon bumped down at the 35 by David Johnson.
I was just thinking, isn't it amazing that the Jets in the first quarter and in the second quarter went on 4th down with more than 4th and 5 twice, but on 3rd down and 24 they punted the ball. Quick kick. they're doing some tricky things, but that one backfired on them. That set up the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
The quick kick, a short one handled by Woodson, and it put the Steelers in excellent field position. 4.5 remaining in the second quarter. And the Jets have a first down. Again, it's Toon. Woodson on the coverage. Jets and Steelers tied at 7. O'Brien to Moore on a 53-yard touchdown pass. And moments ago, Brister to Williams on a 5-yard pass play for Bubby Brister, his 14th touchdown of the season. That is a career high.
Just seen 2 short out passes to Toon. This is part of the Cincinnati offense because the coach was there. Watch that little short out and go. It'll come.
First down at the 44. To the ground for McNeil. Big hole. Rod Woodson on the stop as Freeman McNeil ripped off 17.
Just got good blocking on the right-hand side. Brett Miller and Dwayne White both got excellent blocks. There's Keith Willis is right here. They block out. That's Brett Miller. And here comes Freeman McNeil back to the inside. First down inside the 40. There's the blocking on the right-hand side. Miller out. White blocks inside. And the hole's open. No linebackers to fill.
McNeil trying to make the turn. Could not cut back. And hit for the loss by Hardy Nickerson, who has had a splendid first half. Hardy Nickerson in a number of tackles. It will be a second down and 11 from the 40 as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Coming up at halftime, all the scores and highlights. The halftime edition of NFL Live. Bob Costas, Will McDonough, O.J. Simpson making it back. Saudi Arabia.
Sand in the shoes.
You know, I didn't think about that.
I did. A lot of sand over there.
The tight end Boyer in motion. And O'Brien is picked off. David Little on the interception. A terrific catch by Little because O'Brien threw a bullet.
This is a great interception, but I want you to watch Greg Lloyd, number 95 for Pittsburgh. Watch what he does. He gets 2 blocks on this return. Here's Little reading the quarterback's eyes. He steps up, interception. Now watch number 95 running alongside of him. Right here. Here's 1 block on Criswell. He goes down. Now watch what Lloyd does. He goes back and also gets Sweeney on the other side. That's incredible.
David Little with his first interception of the season, and then went 35 yards with the ball. So the Steelers start out from the Jet 31. Game tied at 7 as we approach the 2-minute mark, first half. Brister with time. The screen for Worley. Short pickup, penalty. Marker is down. Kyle Clifton made the stop.
Well, the penalty's got to be on the Jets. And the only reason I say that because Worley was the only guy there and there were 8 green jerseys. So no one from Pittsburgh could do anything.
Referee Bob McElwee in the discussion. Joe Kelly is shaken up. Joe Kelly, the outside linebacker, quiet from the Bengals right at the start of the season.
No foul. The flag will be picked up.
Well, one of the inadvertent flags.
Inadvertent. Blowing the whistle too soon flag. It was, I don't know whether they're looking for a face mask here or not. All right, who comes up but Kyle Clifton. Here he is on Worley. Now, this is where I think they were thinking about the flag, but he does not grab the face mask. And there really is no flag except Joe Mott when he piles on and spears Worley. At the end of the play, watch 51 Mott come in. As Worley's going down, there's no face mask there, there's no penalty. Watch 51. Watch his helmet. And that's spearing. Now they could have called that.
And you can also see where Kelly sustained the injury as he joined the pile with Mott and Clifton. And they are checking over Joe Kelly. It's been a very difficult first half physically for the Jets. Jeff Lageman is back in the locker room with a bruised arm. Joe Kelly now headed off.
You know, we were here Friday talking to Bruce Goslin, and he's absolutely right. It's the same thing throughout the National Football League. We've got a team. We've changed the whole system. We've got some new guys on the football team, and then we get a rash of injuries. I mean, just destroys you. You can't get any continuity going.
Happens to every club, of course.
It really does, and you can really feel for him because there's nothing you can do about it.
Timeout has been called. Troy Johnson will replace Joe Kelly. We'll be back in a moment.
Darling, after 10 years, the only thing I'd change about you is your clothes.
Bugle boy.
Why don't you try this one on first?
On Wall Street, fortunes are won and lost and won again before 10:30. Amid the halls of ivy, the best ideas often come and go before 10:30. And on the back lots of Hollywood, love often blooms and fades before 10:30. Which is why Federal Express delivers before 10:30 at more places around the country than anyone else. Federal Express, absolutely, positively the best in the business.
In these uncertain times, the intelligent investor focuses on current trends, watches the economic indicators, analyzes the various business sectors, developing keen insights before making a single move on Wall Street. On the other hand, the extremely intelligent investor has someone else help him do it. Prudential-based securities, rock solid, market wise.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, as part of our ongoing extremely popular feature, Paul Relates to the Players. My esteemed colleague was on the field before the game to chat with Keith Willis.
The defense now is not allowed to use against the offense, which takes away some of the stuff that you guys can do. You want to show me the three things? Yeah, that are not legal.
Hands in the face mask.
That one?
Grabbing those face masks.
Yeah.
Hands flat.
You told me you weren't going to hurt me.
Well?
I didn't have any bars in here. God.
Paul, are you all right? Are you all
he's
right?
lucky he's playing. I'm telling you, he really is.
It's a 2nd and 9 as we resume. Tony Stargell with the interception. The pass intended for Warren Williams. Tony Stargell has come up solid in this first half.
When you throw this pass, Marv, you split the defense, the zone defense. He's throwing this pass to Williams. He's got the time to throw it. Mott's back there with him, but watch what Stargell does. He just reads quarterback. He's playing center field. He knows that Washington has Williams short, number 48, and then Stargell, 45, just steps over and takes the ball away. Perfect call by the defense.
And that is his first NFL interception. He had a recovered fumble earlier. Tony Stargell, the rookie from Tennessee State, who has certainly had his ups and downs. He has been a target most of the season, which is expected when you're playing the quarterback position.
Well, we did him right at the beginning of the year, and they attacked him. Everybody took a shot at him, and that's the only way he's going to learn. And he's learned his lesson very well. He played solid. We saw the play on Stone down on the goal line. He almost made the interception down there.
Well, I think they are reviewing it. They thought he might have been out of bounds. And now they say the play stands. And the ruling is that he did catch it in bounds. Tony was a little concerned.
Well, I better take his first interception away, but the thing about it is that when he came down, Williams knocked him out of bounds. So he would have had the opportunity to come down in bounds. It's just like a pass receiver. Once that ball's up here, that's what he becomes as a defensive man.
And the third Steeler turnover gives it back to the Jets. Starting out from the 9-yard line, 1:52 to go. First half, game tied at 7. McNeil stopped by that man again, Hardy Nickerson, a 5-yard advance. Paul, you sure you're all right? That Keith Willis took some good open field shots at you.
My neck is, if I hear from my lawyer, you know, really after that was over, I kind of whacked him around a little bit. He's lucky to be playing right now.
Keith Willis, born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. In fact, he purchased 25 tickets for family members for today's game. Brad Baxter getting the call. And the crowd reacting. David Little made the stop. Baxter short of the first down as we come up on 1 minute remaining in this first half. That is section 338. Keith Willis buying the 25 tickets.
At $22.50 apiece, he said.
And what are they, 4 rows from the top of the stadium?
I think they're gone. He said, what was last year? His mother came. She left after 4 minutes. It was cold. I'm out of here. Case closed. I'll watch it on television.
They have called for the yardsticks. And it is that short of the first down.
Well, the Jets fans kind of booed the call with a minute to go in the second quarter. And they wanted the Jets to go for it. They've got 3 timeouts. Kind of put the ball up in the air and throw it, but you don't want to make a mistake down here either at this part of the field and give the ball right back to Pittsburgh and let them try to get on the board. He did hit me hard, though. You know that? I mean, it hurt.
I don't know how one could tell the difference off the end result. O'Brien on the sneak. And it is a first down.
Let me explain something to you about that. And that was in one take. As I told Glenn Adamo and John McDonough, there will not be 2 takes in this thing. I'm not going to get hit that many times. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
The entire crew lobbying for takes 2 and 3.
Yeah, so was Willis. He really wanted to. Keith wanted to. He started laughing.
The crowd reacting because the Jets are letting the clock run out. First down from the 20. Baxter to the 27-yard line. Greg Lloyd on the stop. So the crowd not appreciating the conservative effort by head coach Bruce Coslett as time is run down in this first half. The Jets and the Steelers tied at 7. NFL Live will be back after a word from the National Football League and these messages from your local station.
In today's higher revving and hotter running engines, wear is a greater problem than ever before. Oil breakdown can shorten the life of vital engine parts. That's why there's Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, because driving today can be a grind. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
545, let's go! Rise and shine! Let's go!
It's not the Army, but if they can make it through this basic training, physically and scholastically, they'll be ready to become the best that their minds and hearts can make them. This is the YMCA's Youth Service Corps, dedicated to developing strong work habits while at the same time serving the needs of the community. I'm Bubby Brister, quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've been involved as a United Way volunteer since this program began. Most are disadvantaged youth, many from the inner city. They earn minimum wage while they work and train. I believe in this program because I overcame many of the same difficulties they are experiencing when I was growing up. The Youth Service Corps works because it brings out the best in these great young people. And you make it work when you support the United Way. The United Way, it brings out the best in all of us. Right, guys? Right.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
The actual police case.
Tried the 12-12.
The ambush that killed a cop.
It was a premeditated murder robbery.
And shattered family and friends.
How come you didn't kill the people that shot my dad?
If you're getting too gun-shy for this line of work.
What they did to never let it happen again.
This is no time to quit.
In The Line of Duty on NBC tonight.
This car will do wonders for your image and ours. Introducing the new Scoop from Hyundai. Yes, Hyundai.
Hey, man, you know what it's like cruising with a slice of pizza? All that gooey stuff goes everywhere. But not a new Hardee's Pizza Pocket, man. Because it's not a slice. So it doesn't make a mess. It just makes you feel good. See, like the only place that the mozzarella and pepperoni goes is in your mouth. Not like slices. Hey, Tony, looking good, man. What's happening? Hey, nice decoration, man. Good stuff.
On our next, a current affair, scene from a marriage.
Welcome back at halftime. Bob Costas along with O.J. Simpson and Will McDonough. We'll hear from them shortly. But first, another run-through on the scores of games played earlier today. These are all finals, and in the next segment, we'll give you some highlights and also catch you up on the games in progress. Miami beat Cleveland. The score there was 30-13. The ground game came alive again. Sammy Smith with 96 yards and a touchdown. Dan Marino threw for a couple of TDs, both of them in the first quarter. Along the way today, he became the 11th quarterback in NFL history to reach 30,000 yards, but he did it fastest of anyone in history. This was his 114th game. Dan Fouts previously had gotten there in the shortest amount of time. He did it in his 131st game. Miami goes to 9-2. Cleveland goes to 2-9. They've lost 6 in a row overall, and they've lost 5 consecutive home games, 30-13, Miami. Philadelphia broke open a close game in the fourth quarter at home. They hand the Giants their first defeat of the year. They take some of the luster off next Monday night's confrontation between the Giants and the San Francisco 49ers, although it still will be a big game. The Giants are 10-1. The Eagles have won 5 in a row. They go to 7-4. 31-13 the final score. They broke it open, as I said, in the fourth quarter with 2 quick touchdowns. They have now beaten the Giants 5 of their last 6 meetings. Chicago was surprised at Minnesota. The final score there is 41-13. Minnesota now, after a 1-6 start, has won 4 in a row. Their record goes to 5-6. The Bears have their 6-game winning streak snapped. Their record is 9-2, and obviously a crucial game for the Bears because with the Giants losing today, they could have pulled even with them in terms of overall record, which could have been important when it comes to a first-round bye in the NFC playoffs, or maybe home field advantage if those two clubs should meet down the line in the playoffs. Indianapolis wins at Cincinnati. The score there is 34-20. Indy has now won 3 in a row. They're 5-6 and in the wild card chase in the AFC. Cincinnati's record is 6-5, and they've got to await the outcome of the Pittsburgh-New York Jet game today to see whether or not they hold on to first in the AFC Central. Atlanta at New Orleans, and on a Steve Walsh touchdown pass to Eric Martin with 2:10 left, New Orleans wins it by a score of 10-7. Falcons have now lost 4 in a row. They're 3-8. And New Orleans moves to 5-6. Tampa Bay lost at Green Bay 20-10 is the final score. Anthony Dilweg with a pair of touchdown passes playing for the injured Don Majkowski. And Tampa Bay has now lost 6 in a row while the Packers have won 3 straight. O.J.?
Well, to me, the teams that started off slow this year that you got to really watch. You look at the Vikings, a team that started off horrendously, and all of a sudden they're beating good football teams. Philadelphia looks to be as good as anybody in the NFC. And then Indianapolis. I mean, they're beating good teams in recent weeks. And, of course, Pittsburgh, a team that I thought would be one of the teams to beat this year, started off so slowly. But right now, I think they're capable of beating any team in the AFC. So I think you got to look out for some of these wild card teams. We should have some great wild card matchups, and who knows who's going to come out of there. They could very well go to the Super Bowl.
Isn't the irony of today, Bob, that the first coach that was fired this year was Ron Meyer? I think it was the 2nd or 3rd week of the season when they say Makovic in, Meyer out. And here he is with 5 wins, beat 3 winning teams so far this year. Cincy, Philly, and Kansas City.
So they've actually beaten more winning teams than, let's say, Buffalo or Miami.
You got it right.
All right, we got to roll here, but we're back with another segment at halftime right after this.
At Giant Stadium in the New Jersey Meadowlands. The Steelers and the Jets tied at 7. 53-yard touchdown pass. O'Brien to
14-14 in the heat in Phoenix. And NBC's NFL Live halftime activities will continue in just a moment.
Rob Moore. Griffin makes the mistake of not tackling the receiver, and then Rob Moore goes in for the touchdown. Just an excellent play all the way around by the Jets.
Early second quarter, and this is a critical play that backfired. Ken O'Brien in a 3rd down and 24 with the quick kick. It went 23 yards. Woodson was able to get to it, and it led to this. A Steeler drive capped off by Brister. Off the roll, connecting with Warren Williams for the touchdown. And that tied the game at 7. We'll check out the halftime stats. Indianapolis Colts started the season very well, then went through a slide. Had the good game last week, although the Jets did not score a touchdown. It was all Pat Leahy as he kicked 4 field goals. And O'Brien with a good first half as he gets started here. First down on the Jet 25-yard line. The tight end Boyer in motion. Brad Baxter. Very short pickup. Last week against the Colts, Baxter only 12 yards, 7 carries, has not been able to get going here this afternoon. Getting the playing time because Johnny Hector was sidelined, suffered a pinched nerve in his neck in the first half and has not played since. Blair Thomas sitting it out today, inactive because of an ankle problem. It is a 2nd down and 8 at the 27. The Jets come in at 4-7. They've dropped 2 straight after they were able to beat the Oilers in Houston 3 weeks ago. And Pittsburgh at 5 up and 5 down. Big hit on Baxter. Hardy Nickerson, who has been spectacular making the stop.
Well, all these linebackers are sensational. Hinkle, Nickerson, Little, and Lloyd. But watch Hardy Nickerson. I mean, when he steps up, he's mad at himself because he didn't wrap his arms around. Watch this move he makes. Here comes the ball carrier, Baxter, and watch this. The thing he did not do, he knocks him down, but he didn't wrap his arms around him, and he's upset with himself. He said, I had a chance for the loss. That's what they're looking at, the loss.
Hardy Nickerson, a player who's made it back from a broken leg. Very physical player. Another big hit. This time Brian Hinkle on Freeman McNeil, and it's 3 and out for the Jets with the punting unit checking in.
See, the defensive line of Pittsburgh, they do a lot of stunning. They're moving around, and the linebackers have to fill those gaps. And there aren't better linebackers in football than fill them. When you take a look at, here come the defensive linemen, they're taking a gap, and then there's Hinkle. Bang. No gain.
Joe Prokop punting for the 2nd time. And Woodson let it bounce. A 40-yard punt for Prokop. So Bubby Brister back on the field. Last year against the Jets, Bubby was forced out with a concussion. That was a very rough game all around. The Steelers won at 13-0. That was back in week 14. A game that saw Al Toon forced out on the first offensive play. Then on the next series, Pat Ryan starting at quarterback, joined Toon on the sideline. He suffered a concussion. Jets were upset with linebacker Greg Lloyd. Here's Worley. And a flag is thrown. Lloyd stood over and injured Al Toon, and impersonating a boxing referee counted him out. And the Jets also felt that Lloyd took a late hit at Pat Ryan. Joe Walton sending the next play in.
Holding, number 60, offense, 10 yards, first down.
That is the left guard, Brian Blankenship, called for the hold.
You saw Strom, number 11. All right, here's Blankenship, number 60, and here is the hold. Right there, you cannot wrap your arms around, and that's exactly what he did. But you saw Strom, he signals in the formation to Bubby. Then they send a player in with the play, so Bubby already gives them the formation, takes a little heat off.
1st and 20 from the 15. And Brister has Worley across the 20-yard line. Brian Washington made the stop, picked up 5 on the play. Rick Strom is the backup quarterback, 2nd-year man out of Georgia Tech, who has played only in brief stints this season, 12 for 18 overall. Pittsburgh signed him as a free agent last year. He was dropped and then re-signed and signed to Pittsburgh's developmental squad, and he is the man who has been signaling the formations in. Hodge with a big hole, reaching out to the 30, met by Brian Washington from his strong safety position.
One of the things that's been interesting about Bubby Brister, he being a right-handed quarterback in the first half, and then that play, the one before this play here, rolls to his left. You don't see that much. You normally would like to see a right-handed quarterback rolling to his right so he can set up quicker, but they're letting Bubby roll to his left, and I think it's confused the defense just a little bit. It gives them more time.
Pittsburgh with a 3rd down and 4 from their 31. Stone comes across. And Brister just did get it away. He threw it away. He took a hit. Dennis Byrd and Joe Mott were right there. And Bubby just looking to fire it high and wide.
Well, both receivers checked up as they went down the field about 16 yards, and then Brister just unloads the ball. The smart thing to do, you're going to get hit. You could fall away from it as you're throwing the ball, and that's what Bubby Brister did there. But I think what he's confused about is both wide receivers hooked up short, and no one went deep.
Dan Straczynski will punt from his 16. JoJo Townsell is back at his 25. Low snap. Straczynski in trouble. He lateraled. David Johnson running for the first down. And a penalty marker is thrown.
After. There's a fight.
Yes, off the battle between the Jets and the Steelers following the tackle.
Offsetting personal foul. 55 offense. 77 defense. After the play.
55, Jerry Olszewski.
I'm sorry, Mark, but Straczynski makes it just an outstanding play here to get the ball back to Johnson. Here's Straczynski. He knows he can't get it off. Booty is there to block it, but watch, he just spins around. There must not be anything like in the grasp for punters.
Yeah.
I mean, because he was wrapped up. And then here comes Olszewski comes in, and the fight begins, and that's a little bit to the left.
As a one-time punter now, are you pushing for in the grass, protect the punters? Harold Hodge?
No, I think you got to whack him around once in a while, you know. But I mean, not when they're up in the air, but when they're on the ground, you can tackle him. He wasn't passing the ball, so there's no such thing as in the grasp, I guess.
David Johnson, who ripped off the 9 yards, picking up the first down. He's the starter at left corner. Took over for the injured Dwayne Woodruff and Delton Hall right at the start of the season. A second-year player out of Kentucky. He's played well.
Fine-looking earring, too.
It's a 2nd down and 6.
Drury's in.
At the 44. 5 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. Hodge. Dennis Byrd. And Kyle Clifton combining. Make the stop. Kansas City and the LA Raiders tied at 10. Whoa. In the 3rd, the Rams now 21-7 over San Francisco. And Phoenix with the 17-14 lead. New England has lost 8 in a row. Their worst start since back in 1970. Incidentally, if the Chiefs win, they assure themselves of winning the AFC title should they finish with the same record as the Raiders, because they beat them earlier in the season. Joe Kelly, we're told, injured his knee, and there's a question mark as to whether he will be able to return. Brister able to complete for the first down to Richard Bell, covered by Eric McMillan. Richard Bell, a rookie from Nebraska, a 12th round draft pick.
You've got to give Bubby Brister a lot of credit on this play, because he just sets up and waits. Derek Hill goes down the field, number 82. He doesn't come back to Brister. Now, when this ball is thrown here to Bell, Bubby Brister comes the whole length or about 40 yards downfield to talk to Hill about not coming back to the ball. When you see me in trouble, come back to me.
Steelers and Jets tied at 7. 8:40 remaining in the third quarter. It's a first down at the 47. Hodge on the option. Throws it back on the hop to Brister. Not what Merrill Hodge had in mind. And then Brister finds a man wide open. The tight end Mularkey. Stopped by Kyle Clifton. Well, it did not look pretty.
I saw this play when I got over here today in the parking lot. There were a bunch of guys that ran this, and they did it perfectly. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers bus saw it and put it in for this game. I mean, Hodge waited a while to get the ball back to Brister. Now, he wasn't sure. Should I? Well, now, yeah, okay. Now, how's this? A little bounce pass. And then Brister goes over and finds Mularkey. But I'm serious. In the parking lot, and in fact, the guy that caught it, when you see at the end here, Mularkey was eating a hot dog at the time when he caught the ball and scored. Mularkey does not score, but the guy in the parking lot did.
Well, Bubby Brister, who played minor league baseball, short-hopped that as if he were a shortstop. Merrill Hodge on the carry, but a flag thrown. That flea flicker went for 28 yards, capped off by Mularkey making the reception. A hold against the Steelers.
See, here comes, see what Strom does. Strom sends,
holding.
Here's the formation.
Number 60.
Now the play comes in with one of the players.
First down.
And it'll probably be with Dwight Stone brings the play in. You know the guy they really haven't thrown the ball to? Mularkey's got a couple. But Green, the big guy.
Well, he's bothered by that sprained shoulder and has seen only limited action.
275-pound tight end.
He has been one of the featured players in the Pittsburgh offense, and a man the Jets fear. There he is. Rookie holdout. Chuck Noll had said when he was holding out, I don't think he'll fit into our plans.
He's only got 6 touchdowns.
First down and 20.
There he is.
And Eric Green on the reception. He was covered by Joe Mott.
Marv, see, Green on this play is just blocking on Mott. Watch this. This is what and he's just an outlet valve thing here. He sets and he sets and he sets and he's, okay, now I'll just check out in case Bubby needs someone to throw the ball to. And he throws. Look at the mitts on this guy.
An outlet valve thing.
Yeah.
That's out of Joe Walton's scheme.
Yeah, it sounds like some of that stuff because I can't understand it. I tried to get the plays and understand them, and I can't, so I'm not going to.
First catch of the day for the rookie from Liberty, coached by Sam Rutigliano. Eric Green. And Brister in trouble. Stallworth and Nichols combined on the sack of Bubby Brister for the Jets. It is their second sack of the game.
Well, Ron Stallworth runs right by Ricketts. I mean, on the top side of the screen, look at this. He just goes right on by Ricketts. Has got to let him go. I mean, he's there to make the play. Gerald Nichols was there. Bubby had no place to go. Super defense.
Third down, 17. The ball back at the 26.
But that skip play back in again.
The flea flicker with Hodge, giving it back to Brister on the hop, and it went for 28 on the draw. Hodge to the 16. Don Odegaard, the extra defensive back, made the tackle. 11 yards for Merrill Hodge, and now the field goal unit is checking in.
Boy, does he get a good block from Jackson, number 65, pulling up into the hole. Jackson, 65, is waiting on Hodge. Now watch this. There's Kyle Clifton. He gets a block on him and enables Hodge to pick up another 5 yards.
A 33-yard attempt coming up for one of the better place kickers in the NFL. Gary Anderson, 11 for 13 on the season. The Steelers take the lead, 10-7. Anderson hits from 33 with 5:32 left in the third.
The Accord
Honda. Once again, it's what the competition is shooting for. Nice shot.
You've been up in the air for hours. Now you got to make up the time. Aren't you glad Hertz has a faster, easier way to rent a car? #1 Club Gold. No paperwork, no stopping at counters, nothing to slow you down.
Hertz, we're America's wheels.
You go straight to our Gold parking area, where your car is waiting, ready to go.
I'm gonna make it.
Hertz,
It's the fastest way to rent a car.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles. Test drive a Honda at your local dealer today. By Diet Coke with 100% NutraSweet. You'll drink it just for the taste of it. By Levi's 505, 506, and 540 jeans. And by IBM. Whatever your size, whatever your needs, IBM is working to bring you the best solutions.
Gary Anderson came up limping after he connected from 33 yards away. The kickoff taken by Terrence Mathis to the 20. And hit down across the 25 by Gerald Williams. Steelers went 12 plays, 60 yards. They had the ball for 7 minutes, 21 seconds. They now lead the Jets by the score of 10-7. O'Brien with the completion to Toon, just short of the first down. Hardy Nickerson made the stop.
Hardy Nickerson is just some kind of player at linebacker. I mean, if you saw him a couple times stuffing a run, and that time he's downfield tackling Toon about 8 yards down. He just took a beeline right for Toon. Watch Nickerson here. As soon as he sees the ball coming out, his job is that zone right there. And then he sees Toon. Toon catches, Nickerson hits.
Fourth catch of the day for Toon. 400th of his career. This is 6th season out of the University of Wisconsin. Brad Baxter and a penalty marker down. He needed 2 for the first down. He was stopped right at the line. Greg Lloyd on the stop.
Keith Willis with a face mask. He just reached his arm in, and that's all you can grab. It's one of those 5-yard deals, but it's an automatic first down. 93.
5-yard face
He's
mask
in the backfield. He reaches in. There's Baxter goes by. He grabs the face mask. I remember that play. He did that earlier today, about 3 hours before the game when he whacked me. See, that's the one they took away from you. Think about it.
Yes, Keith wisely warming up on Paul earlier.
I think he almost broke my neck.
4.5 remaining in the third. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire, our producer, Glenn Adamo, director John McDonough. Pittsburgh Steelers with a 10-7 lead on the New York Jets by virtue of the 33-yard field goal by Gary Anderson. Jets first down from their 40. And O'Brien in trouble. Able to escape and complete. Freeman McNeil stopped by David Little. It's a 9-yard advance. A couple of Steelers had a clear shot at the quarterback.
They had a clear shot at the quarterback, but the offensive line, even though they were beaten by the Jets offensive line were beaten, they got back into the play. Now watch up on the top side. Is it Criswell? Right there. He gets an excellent block on Donald Evans, which enabled O'Brien. Here comes the block is over to the right, and it gave O'Brien a chance to find Freeman McNeil down the field. Heads up play by the offensive line.
2nd and 1. The Jets at their 49. 85 more in motion. McNeil has the first down. Tripped up by Hinkle. 3.5 remaining in this third quarter. The Jet offensive line has been revamped. Roger Duffy out of Penn State starting for the first time in his NFL career. He is a native of Pittsburgh. He did win the starting job in preseason when Jim Sweeney was holding out. Wayne White starting at right guard. Mike Haight is injured, sideline. Jim Sweeney moving over to the left guard position, and Criswell and Miller at the tackles. Here's a swing for Baxter. Carnell Lake forcing Brad Baxter out of bounds.
Don't you just have the feeling that the Jets are setting up one of their trick plays? I mean, Pittsburgh had their one hopper deal, and the Jets. You motioned to me that quick kick is a trick play.
That must have been somebody else in the booth. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not either, not anymore. But I just have the feeling the Jets have a trick play in their repertoire because this defense pursues so greatly.
I don't know. Our staff tries to assist you, and you won't buy it. Baxter and a flag thrown. Brad Baxter with a good effort. Went for 8. And here's Bob McElwee indicating that they will bring it back.
This may be on Criswell, number 61. He was a little upset.
Holding. Number 61. Offense. 10 yards. Second down.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's what they say. No, I didn't. They stare him down. Left-hand side of the screen, Criswell. Now, is this holding? How about that? How about the shirt, Evan's shirt? Almost ripped it off.
Jeff Criswell has had his difficulties in that department with false starts and holding penalties. Second down and 15 back at the 46. That was intended for Rob Moore.
You know what Criswell is really upset about, and when you think about it with offensive linemen, I mean, he was holding going downfield, Mark, but if you take a look at that offensive line and you go from tackle to tackle, there's holding on every single play. Somebody's grabbing someone, and they're holding. That time, look at here. Now, you can't get your arms outside. White's holding. Nickerson's just trying to rip not only Baxter's shirt off, but also part of his face.
Well, what are you saying? Eradicate all holding calls?
Yeah, let's let him play. Offside defense.
Third down play. And the hit by Carnell Lake right on the scene as Al Toon made the catch. And again, a flag thrown.
They had offside on Pittsburgh. And the thing about this play, and I think that was number 66, Donald Evans, the thing about this play is because it was a third down situation, they actually picked up about 7 yards. They'll take the penalty to get the play over. They'll get the play over, but they'll lose 2 yards because it's only a 5-yard penalty.
Offside, left end, 5 yards, third down.
That's number 66. That's Evans. Right there. See him? The motion man is Toon. And Evans gets a jump. Worst part about it, though, when you get a jump like that and you still don't get to the quarterback. Now, that's what's doubly embarrassing.
The end result, it is a third down and 10 at the Pittsburgh 49, a minute 50 remaining third quarter. Pittsburgh 10 and the Jets 7. And it is intercepted. Larry Griffin. Jeff Criswell ran him down. Ken O'Brien picked off by the free safety, Larry Griffin.
Ken O'Brien throws this ball to the only man that's double covered. And Larry Griffin is playing free safety, sitting out in his zone, just waiting for someone to throw the ball. He reads quarterback's eyes. Left of the screen, Griffin drops. O'Brien never looks off. And here comes Griffin. They're trying to get the ball to Toon. The only man that's double covered and Griffin makes the right decision. Gets the interception, and they're inside the 25.
Larry Griffin with the good return. He's a 5-year man from North Carolina, a starter for part of the season with Thomas Everett sidelined by injury. Errol Hodge, hard driving run out of the 15.
Terry Long pulls out and gets a block for Hodge. Hodge might have been tackled in the backfield. Wasn't a great block, but it was enough to let Hodge cut back inside and pick up 9 yards.
2nd down and 1. The ball spotted at the 14.
Remember, this Pittsburgh Steelers team, they already know that Cincinnati lost.
Bengals now at 6-5 off the loss to the Colts. 20, Dwight Stone in motion. Worley has the first down. Running to the 11th, stopped by Scott Mercereau. Swing around the ticker. These are the final scores. The Browns continue the horror show. Philadelphia knocking off the Giants. First loss for the Giants. Minnesota walloping Chicago. There's Indianapolis defeating the Bengals in Cincinnati. New Orleans with the victory. Green Bay over Tampa Bay. And now Kansas City and the Raiders tied at 17. Out of 10 seconds left in the 3rd. First down at the 11. Tim Worley to the 8, met by outside linebacker Troy Johnson. With help from Kyle Clifton, that's the end of the 3rd. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Lead over the New York Jets. Marv Albert with Paul McGuire. And as we resume, the Steelers with a 2nd down and 7 at the 8. Able to take over off the interception thrown by Ken O'Brien. 2nd time he's been picked off today. Earlier it was David Little. And Larry Griffin a moment ago came up with his 4th interception of the season.
And Marv, the Jets have had their problems in the 4th quarter.
Yes, they have struggled. They have lost 4 games in the 4th quarter. They went deep into the season without scoring a 4th quarter touchdown. Williams off the pitch. James Hasty able to come up to knife him down.
He got that ball off Bubby Brister with less than 1 second. It was clearing to 0 when the ball was snapped. They go to the outside. The blocking is there. But watch Hasty right here. I mean, we saw Stargell do one on the other side earlier in the game. That's good corner play. I mean, you're up there. You're all by yourself, and you got to take on that running back.
3rd down and 4 from outside the 5. Hodge, the lone deep back. Lips in motion. Brister couldn't find anybody. Has Hodge. And let's see. Well, they'll spot the ball just short of the goal line.
If it's inside the 1, it's a first down. And it's inside the 1-yard line, it'll be first down.
It was Troy Johnson who prevented Hodge from crossing the goal line. But it appears as if the Steelers do pick up the first down. And that would be 1st and goal.
Well, the first down marker is the 1. It's inside the 1. But they want to measure anyway. Even the flags are right over there. Wait. But the Jets have the right to ask for the measurement, which they did. Here comes Brister going back, and he's looking deep in the end zone. Hodge is just the outlet guy. He just steps up, and what a great catch by Hodge because the ball was behind him, and he knows he has to. He's trying to get to the goal line, but he knows he has to get inside the 1-yard line, and he does.
It is a 1st and goal inside the 1. Steelers go with the 3 tight ends, Malarkey, Green, and O'Shea. Hodge. And he is in for the score. Merrill Hodge with his 5th touchdown of the season.
That's going into tough territory, but you got to give credit to Blankenship, Dawson, and Long. 60, 63, and 74 right in the middle of the field, because that's where they're going. They're going right up the gut, and those three guys have to make the blocks, and they cross block. Long actually trapped number 74. He comes out. Take a look at him. He comes out and he traps. Kyle Clifton is there, but Hodge is too much for him. He carries him into the end zone.
The interception by Larry Griffin leading to this Pittsburgh touchdown. And now Anderson adds the extra point. So the Steeler offense, being run by the former Jet head coach Joe Wolf, has taken a 17-7 lead. And slowly for Joe in Pittsburgh. The Steeler offense did not score a touchdown first 4 games. Bubby Brister complaining that the offense was too complicated. Don Odegaard on the return. Oh, he's walloped as he got across the 20-yard line. Picked up 14, was hit down by Tyrone Stowe. And a change for the Jets. Tony Eason replacing Ken O'Brien. Now, I don't know if that is a coach's decision or whether O'Brien suffered an injury. Eason did come on last week, went 4 for 7 after O'Brien suffered a concussion. Tony Eason did a nice job, but was hurt by penalties. Eason goes sideline, and Toon dropped it.
Remember on an interception, though, that O'Brien was going downfield and he was trying to make the play, and he got trampled on the sideline, so he might have gotten hurt.
And we're told now, word from the Jet bench, that this is purely a decision by Bruce Coslett to make the change. Ken O'Brien is fine physically.
Must make Eason feel good. He throws to the best receiver they have on the team. His first pass, and Toon dropped it.
Second down and 10. The tight end Boyer for a short pickup. The stat line at O'Brien, 9 for 17, 117 yards, intercepted twice. Let's get back to Bob Costas.
All right, Marvin, here's Marcus Allen getting back to the end zone. Earlier he scored from 3 yards out. This 10-yard run plus the extra point will tie it up 17 apiece. Kansas City and the Raiders, the battle for first place in the AFC West at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Back to the Meadowlands, Marvin Paul.
All right, Bob, and here the Steelers have a 17-7 lead on the Jets. That's time remaining in the fourth quarter. Tony Eason has come on for Ken O'Brien, facing a 3rd down and 5. In trouble, down he goes. And covered up. The ball came loose. Craig Vesey, Lorenzo Freeman with the hit on Eason.
That time, I mean, the defensive line, along with Lorenzo Freeman, watch it. They just take the offensive line all the way back to Eason. I mean, there's nothing he can do. Look at all their offensive linemen are back there where he's trying to set up.
Second sack of the day for the Steelers. Prokop will punt from his 3. Woodson back deep. Prokop angles it. And Woodson is run out of bounds. Rod Woodson comes into today's action second in the AFC in punt returns. We'll be right back.
You know, Marv, now here's Eason's traditional 5-step drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only problem is his offensive line took a 6-step drop. And bang.
Following the 45-yard punt by Prokop. Pittsburgh to the offense. Merrill Hodge stopped by McMillan and Nichols. Pittsburgh 17, the Jets 7, 11:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Let's check the Xerox 10-minute ticker of the later games. Kansas City back on top. They lead the Raiders 2017. Raiders 7-3. Kansas City comes in 6-4. San Francisco closing in on the Rams. Montana on a 23-yard touchdown pass, cutting it to 21-14, and Phoenix in front of New England. Second down and 8. Brister looking off Stone, and then a nice catch made by Green for the first down. Flag also thrown.
They got a holding against Pittsburgh. It's going to bring it back, and Mott was all over Green. And you wonder,
number 33.
Hodge, but you wonder why Eric Green is such a big part of their offense. I mean, this is a huge target. And Green's saying, wait a minute, they were holding me downfield.
Eric Green goes 6'5", 274 pounds. From time to time, he has fought the battle of the bulge. Tonight, NBC scores with a double feature. First, Art Carney's Emmy-winning performance in Where Pigeons Go to Die. And then in a movie from out of actual police files, In the Line of Duty, A Cop for the Killing. That's tonight right here on NBC. Did I hear a grimace or a
Where
giggle?
Pigeons Go to Die at the dump.
It's second down, 18 at the 34. 86 Green peels off. Brister over the middle. Green on the reception, a look away thrown successfully by Bubby Brister. 16 yards on the play. Clifton and Stargell made the stop.
Do you see the agility of Green, though, after he catches the ball? Remember, folks, he's 6'5", 274 pounds. But watch him step over Stargell. Here comes Stargell underneath. He just steps right over top. Kyle Clifton makes the stop. They only have about 1.5 yards for a first down. Unbelievable. The one thing about Green that he hasn't totally grasped, I mean, he can catch the ball, he get in patterns, he can run. He still is not the great blocker that he will be.
Brister has connected on his last 4. Brister off the roll and runs for the first down. And a late hit. Penalty marker thrown. Looks to be Joe Mott.
Yeah, it's going to be on Mott. But see, I don't buy this call, and I'll tell you why. The quarterback is running down. Joe Mott is looking at the quarterback. He is not looking at the out-of-bounds line. And Brister is running to get the first down. All Mott is trying to do is to stop him. Now, you take a look at this hit, and this is not a flagrant foul. Here comes Brister. He knows where the first down marker is. Here comes Mott into the play. Now, Brister's running straight down the sidelines. Mott is extended. He barely touched the man. This is a terrible call. Let's see Keith Willis on it. Referee. Here he comes. Watch this. Look at Mott. He's extended. Bobby finally at the last second steps out of bounds, and Mott really never touched him.
So, Paul, you're saying you didn't like the call?
I didn't like it. You get that feeling?
First down at the 27. 9:25 remaining. Fourth quarter. Play action. Brister going sideline. Has Worley. Another Pittsburgh first down. Worley covered by the outside linebacker Troy Johnson. Johnson has replaced the injured Joe Kelly. A 14-yard advance.
Tough coverage for a linebacker, Troy Johnson, because they fake a reverse and take a look at. Here's Worley going downfield. I mean, that's his man short. I understand that, but that is very, very tough coverage for a linebacker.
And a solid all-around game for Tim Worley. Pittsburgh with 3 turnovers, Jets with 2. And Pittsburgh has owned the football. First down at the 15. Steelers lead the Jets 17-7. Brister. Merrill Hodge. Run out by Kyle Clifton.
See, here's another situation that Pittsburgh is realizing from upstairs. That what's happening, any kind of play action, any kind of movement at all, which freezes the safeties in the middle, automatically puts the linebacker on the back coming out of the backfield. Now, 59 is Kyle Clifton. His job right now is to get to Hodge. Hodge is already out into the flat. This is, you know, it's the hardest coverage in the world for a linebacker because the back knows exactly where he's going. The first thing that Clifton has to look for is the run. If the run is not there, then he's got to get back in pass coverage.
Steelers first and goal inside the 5. Brister on fire. He's hit his last 6. This Pittsburgh offensive unit looking very sharp. Hodge stop.
Now Kyle Clifton is in a situation down by the goal line where he knows that 95% of the time they're going to run the ball down here because the Steelers love to run the ball anyway. Now watch. He has no pass responsibility here. 59 is Clifton. All he's doing is looking at the back. He sees Hodge coming in, and he takes not only Hodge down, but he also tackled Worley. Twofer.
2nd and goal inside the 4. Lips to the left. Now Stone is flanked to the right. Worley and Hodge are the running backs. Stone in motion. Brister in trouble. Able to get away. Throws. Touchdown. Lewis Lips.
Folks, this is all Bubby Brister. And we talked to Pete Carroll 2 days ago. He said the one thing about Brister is when he's moving around is when he's dangerous. He's not a great drop-back quarterback. But as long as he's moving and he has time, he can see the field. Now, he's the guy. He gets away. When he does, Stallworth comes in. Also, number 97, Washington comes in. There's Stallworth. But Brister he throws and ducks. And they never did touch him. But then he finds Lewis Lips in the end zone. Watch this. This is just a super play.
And Anderson puts it through. So Joe Walton and the Pittsburgh Steelers have picked apart the New York Jets. They now lead 24-7. For the 24-7 lead on the New York Jets. Steelers looking to go at 6-5. Earlier today, Indianapolis defeated Cincinnati, so they dropped to 6-5. Here's Townsell. Oh, big opening along the near side. Penalty marker down. And Townsell is swept down by Tyrone Stowe.
There's going to be a holding penalty or a blocking penalty against Mark Boyer, number 80, I would believe.
That'll wipe out a 33-yard kickoff return.
Holding, number 87 on the return.
It's Chris Burkett. Call for the penalty.
Well, they had a choice.
So they move it back. Cincinnati with the loss. Now 6-5. What a day for Jeff George. 21 for 31, 3 touchdowns. And the Colts knock off Cincinnati. Buffalo will play at Houston tomorrow night. And this day could end with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati in a tie for first. A look at the lineup next Sunday. Cincinnati going against Pittsburgh at Three Rivers. Miami and the Redskins at RFK will be there. And again, Toon drops it. That's the second pass that Tony Eason, who took over for Ken O'Brien here in the fourth quarter, has thrown to Al Toon. That has been dropped.
And both times he's hit him in the hands with the ball.
Big 1 o'clock game, the Dolphins and the Redskins. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Kansas City will play at New England. And the feature game at 4, the Raiders and Denver. Jets will be at San Diego. It all gets underway at 12:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live. Bob Costas, Will McDonough, and O.J. Simpson. O.J. and Bill Walsh go back to the blackboard. Oh, good hit to break it up. Wayne Woodruff all over JoJo Townsell. Bill and O.J. will go to the blackboard and analyze the Giant 49er Monday night matchup. I believe Bill has some thoughts on that matter.
I think he does, and they're very good ones.
3rd down and 10.
How about Philadelphia today, beating the Giants? There may not be any undefeated teams after this afternoon.
Eason. Oh, he hit a lineman. Brett Miller was down. He couldn't believe it.
That's intentional grounding or intentional ear holing. He hit Miller right in the ear hole. The ball almost stuck in there. Number 72 is going to be down on his knees, and Eason, the rush is on. VC is there, 91, and everyone else. And the ball hits Brett Miller right in the ear hole.
Intentional grounding on the quarterback. The ball goes to the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
Brett's in there going, huh? On the left of the screen, watch Brett Miller. Watch his shot. Soink. Love it.
And Brett applauding the play.
He applauded. Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
And here's Joe Prokop back deep in his end zone. We were talking earlier about the fact that the Jet offensive line, although revamped because of a series of injuries, had timeout being taken by the Jets, have been playing well. But since Tony Eason has come on, it has been a different story. He has not received
the screwdriver. A screwdriver so powerful it can drive 100 screws on a single charge. The Black & Decker cordless screwdriver, a powerful gift idea.
In the line of duty, number 1 took you inside the FBI. Now in the line of duty, uncovers a national conspiracy against local police. A cop for the killing tonight.
Well, there's Coach Fazio, who's a special teams coach. I was trying to explain to Bruce, had 12 guys on the field. Burkett, you weren't supposed to be there. You know, I'm surprised to have 12 guys. You'd think you'd have like 10. The way Pittsburgh's sticking it to them, you know, you don't want to be out there. Now they're getting ready to lose another one.
These have been adventurous times for the Jets special teams play. Prokop again deep in his end zone. 7:11 remaining. Fourth quarter. Jets trailing Pittsburgh 24-7. And a good punt by Prokop to get it out. Woodson from midfield. Woodson off the cutback, and a flag has been thrown. 46-yard punt, 8-yard return. Trevor Matich on the stop of Woodson.
Blocking foul against Pittsburgh.
Illegal block in the back. Number 57 during the return. 10-yard first down.
That is Gerald Williams, backup linebacker, called on the penalty. Final scores from the earlier games. Kansas City maintaining that 2017 lead on the Raiders. Now Rams with a 21-17 advantage on San Francisco.
With Montana in the game, they can always come back.
The Steelers first down from their 42. Bubby Brister has completed his last 8. Just under 7 minutes remaining fourth quarter. Here's Worley. Lost a yard. Joe Mott made the stop. Jets took a 7-0 lead on a 53-yard touchdown pass. O'Brien to the rookie Rob Moore. Brister able to combine with Warren Williams. Came out of the backfield to make the catch on a 5-yard play to tie the game at 7. And in the third quarter, Anderson hit on a 33-yard field goal. And Pittsburgh able to break it open in the fourth. Hodge went in from 1. And then a 3-yard pass from Brister to Lips to extend to 24-7. Steelers have come up big in fourth quarters. In contrast, the Jets have not. Good second effort by Warren Williams. It is all falling apart now for the Jets.
It really is. And Warren Williams that time, just a continuous effort. He kept his legs moving. And you're in a situation now where you're down 24-7. And you got to wrap your arms around people. This, you know, here's a team right now. When you look at Bruce Gossett, look at these players out there, and these guys are playing for next year's jobs, whether you believe that or not. They're looking at these guys saying, wait a minute, when we know we're not going anywhere, the game is over with, we're not getting to the playoffs, we have no place to go but to finish out the season, and I want to make sure, I want people that have character to finish the season out. To do that, they'll be back next year. If not, adios.
Joe Walton telling us yesterday that he has only warm feelings concerning New York, despite the chance Joe must go the last couple of years. Galvin with the stop on Barry Foster getting his first running opportunity. And knowing Joe, I think he's sincere. He's a very classy man who took a lot of heat the last couple of years. Jets last year going at 4-12. Certainly you can criticize some of the coaching decisions. But he said that he never got down in terms of the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier in the year. He said he began to see good signs back in week number 3 against the Raiders in L.A. as the Steelers could not score an offensive touchdown the first 4 weeks, and then it turned around as he made some modifications with the scheme. Here's Warren Williams, stopped by Troy Johnson. Joe Walton spent 7 years as head coach of the Jets, too, as offensive coordinator.
You know, yesterday he really was. When he sat around, we talked to him. You ask him, I ask him. Glenn Adamo, who was our producer, was not paying attention, so he asked him too for the third time. And then Joe just, you know, he was very adamant about it. He said, you know, I love New York. Got a lot of friends here. I wish him well after this game. Not before. And he's done a pretty good job with this Steeler offense, and they are grasping it.
He was fired last December after the 4-12 season. Here's Williams. Walton's 85 and 86 teams made the playoffs. The 88 club did show promise, finished 8-8, and eliminated the Giants from the playoffs with a win in the final week of the season, but it all disintegrated in 1989, leading to his departure. Then the early difficulties with the Steelers, but Chuck Noll said, we're going to work this thing out. And he said to Bubby Brister, it better work out for you, when Brister was complaining, and finally it did come together.
Get in the book and learn it. This is what our offense is going to be, and you better learn it. It's that simple.
Just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Second down and 8. Here's Williams. So Hodge and Worley now getting a rest with Warren Williams and Barry Foster taking over, and they will go the rest of the way.
You know, not making excuses for Bruce Goslin, which I know he doesn't need anyone to make them for him, but this is a team, you know, we go in Indianapolis, that they had Indianapolis, and all they had to do was just take the ball down the field. They have a fumble, and they pick it up and try to lateral the ball, give it back, and Indianapolis scores on a fluke play, really, and you lose a lot of your offensive line. It just starts to go downhill, and you try to find a way to stop it.
We're approaching 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And Brister incomplete. There is the 2-minute warning. We'll be back after these words.
This Christmas, make Radio Shack your telephone store with our great selection of quality phones. Unique phones for every home and sophisticated phones for business. Look at these stylish designer phones or cordless phones to go with you anywhere. Special feature phones for special needs. Plus answering machines for everyone and every accessory you need. That's why we're America's telephone company.
Radio Shack, America's technology store. Nobody compares for Christmas shopping.
Oh, here we go!
You just me.
Zombie blood! How you like me now, baby? Got the life insurance? Call 911!
Pittsburgh with a 24-7 lead on the Jets with 2 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. A tremendous day for Bubby Brister. That last incompletion ending a string. He had completed 8 in a row, and the stat line is now 18 for 24, 187 yards.
You know, and the one thing about Pittsburgh, they just wore the Jets down. Again, not in defense of the Jets, but here's a team that had to almost make up an offensive line. A lot of young people playing in there. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, how strong their defense is, we've seen it today. They just keep coming after you and coming after you. And when that happens, that offensive line kind of started to crumble about 3 minutes into the third quarter. And from then on out, it was all over.
Superb all-around effort by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their defensive unit is third overall in the AFC coming into today. A couple of interceptions helping matters. One by linebacker David Little, the other by free safety Larry Griffin. It's a fourth down and 7. And the Steelers will go for it with 1:58 remaining in this fourth quarter. See what the explanation is here. Referee Bob McElwee.
Smile, Bobby. It's almost over.
Apparently they wanted to clear some of the some photographers on the sideline, or
well, they have what they had in our meeting. Remember that meeting? We have a green hat, orange hands. Well, orange sleeves, or it's in this case it's orange hands. We have green hat, orange hands, and they got to make sure that these guys don't switch on them, so they don't know which is which.
Yes, you cleared it up. Apparently one of the cameramen was on the field, and that was noted, and he was asked to move aside. Fourth down play. Off the draw, Foster. And has the first down. Barry Foster, a rookie from Arkansas, 5th-round draft pick, and an outstanding preseason, has not received the playing time in the regular season. He went for 9. Well, tonight, a double feature here on NBC. Art Carney's Emmy-winning performance in Where Pigeons Go to Die. And then James Farentino in The Line of Duty, A Cop for the Killing, right here on NBC. Steelers first down at the Jet 24. Pittsburgh Steelers will make it 11 out of 12 lifetime in the W column over the Jets. Here's Foster. Stopped by Nichols. The Jets on the way to losing their 10th straight to Pittsburgh. We're set for an update. Let's go to Bob.
All right, Marv, at the Coliseum in L.A., Steve DeBerg throws his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. Bill Jones latching onto his 2nd, both of them for 11 yards. He could hardly believe how wide open he was. He looks around, says, okay, just waltzes in there. It's 27-17 Kansas City in the 4th. And when the Jet-Pittsburgh game is over, we'll send that audience out to L.A. to catch the end of the Chiefs and the Raiders. Marv?
All right, Bob. Chuck Noll, we should mention, on his way to career victory number 199 as the clock ticks down. Thanks to our statistician, Barry Hockhauser. Here's Foster. Out of the 15, our spotters, Mike Albert and Frank Sirkowski. Today's Ronald McDonald Children's Charity Player of the Game, Bubby Brister. And McDonald's and NBC will donate $5,000 on behalf of all the players selected in today's games to Ronald McDonald Children's Charities to help give kids a better tomorrow. Bubby Brister, 18 for 24. He threw for 2 touchdowns as the Pittsburgh Steelers go to 6-5 and a tie for the AFC Central. Now to Dick Enberg and Bill Walsh at the Coliseum in L.A.